Well, it's the end of Outlander. Honestly, I don't think we're ready. Why is it so hard to say goodbye to Jamie and Claire? Their chemistry is so rare, so intense, that it actually tricked some of us. For years, a huge part of the community was convinced that the actors behind the magic loved each other. We weren't just watching a TV couple. We were watching something that felt so real, it blurred the lines of fiction. So, as we prepare for the finale, and hopefully grief won't be a part of the equation, I want to celebrate this bond. Will they survive? Will they die? Well, you probably already know, but I like to show why I would be totally devastated if they do. Because at the end of the day, characters die in shows every week, and life still goes on. But Jamie and Claire, they aren't just characters. They are a masterclass in human connection. To understand why, we need to look at the science behind it all. It starts with great acting, the only superpower that creates scenes with different layers, different stories. The dialogue, the emotion on the face, in the voice, the gestures, the interaction, and they might all differ so drastically, still completing one another in such a beautiful way. In Outlander, I can watch the same emotional scene many times because there's so much to unpack. You can read it from character A's point of view, then character B's point of view, then just through their body language. Not to mention how some details are linked to past seasons, which is a testament to the writing genius. Think of it like chemistry class. Add both ingredients in the same setting, and if they react, bam! Magic! It creates a brand new and complex identity. The relationship becomes a character on its own. Not gonna lie, but we don't see that very often on TV. Relationships don't hold their own, they fall flat. Here's the trick. Writing alone can't do the work for you. You need a deeper, more vulnerable and intimate human connection. It's not enough to lift your eyebrows and do puppy eyes sorry. That's why incredible acting is center stage, even though it won't sell the deal alone. So what does? Do the actors need to trust each other so they can create great intimacy? Is intimacy necessary? I think it is. What do you think? Leave a comment, because ultimately I don't really know, but that's why we see it as magic. I think I only witnessed such a level of TV chemistry 3 times, where actors push each other to their best potential. That screen couple is the best one by far. From what I know, Caitríona and Sam are close friends, even physically, which isn't easy for everybody. Personally, I struggle to even hug my friends.
Our friendship and our working partnership has been really special and really important to us. We made a pact at the very beginning that we would sort of always have each other's backs, and I think we've stuck to that.
Their romantic moments can be repetitive sometimes, but we're willing to look past that. Our community accepts that nothing is perfect. But close to perfect? I mean, a lot of fans thought the actors really loved each other. I mentioned it before, but I really want to go back to that because it's the ultimate proof of their talent. They sold that story so well that we bought it. That's what I call an excellent job. Not only did they make us forget Claire and Jamie were characters, they made us believe the actors behind it shared that love. Usually fans want actors to be together. But here, fans were certain they were together despite what the actors said. No, that's not fake. I trust my instinct. Well, they had you fooled. That's give them an Emmy level of acting. Even when the script feels a bit cliché, they managed to camouflage it and make us believe in a reality that doesn't even exist.
The line was, "If you die, I'll kill you."
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And I had a real problem with that. And eventually it ended up Caitríona and Matt both just screaming at me, "Just say the line."
Yeah. If you die here now, I swear I'll kill you.
Still delivering that line beautifully. What's the downside to such exceptional screen chemistry? Because, believe me or not, there is one, unfortunately. All the romances in the show feel very plain in comparison. It leveled up our standards for other shows. It might have done the same for real life. But real life chemistry is real. It's not always romantic. You see it when you stand next to someone in a room full of strangers. It's how they make you feel comfortable, how their presence reassures you. Sometimes your movements in space even respond to theirs, like a dance. I felt this with my friends, where everything flows. The instant understanding, you know? You forget how well they know you. It's that bond full of personality that touches you out of nowhere. I recently saw a real-life couple on YouTube dealing with something devastating. They wouldn't see each other, yet they blinked together and looked away at the exact same moment. It's like they felt their spouse's thought process and completed it with their own. That's why I believe Outlander fans when they say they've experienced this kind of life-lasting quality in their own relationship. And it's not that different in the show. We learn who Jamie and Claire are individually, and we see how their personalities fit to create something unique. They built this from nowhere, starting with drastically different values. But there is respect, care, and a need for trust. After all, I'm glad I started watching Outlander as a teenager rather than what existed at the time. This show portrays love in a healthy way by not shying away from its potential. Any real-life love can look cheesy to the outside eye, but the feeling they share is one special book out of millions on the shelves. It's based on the will to make it work, something this show portrays perfectly.